grade them with your awesome applause. Okay? So Encore, you're first. You're already warmed up, man.
Oh, you guys heard everything.
All right, a minute and a half, go.
What do you need me to do?
What have you done amazingly cool with Atlassian tools? Minute and a half.
No, 3 seconds. Out of the box.
Out of the box. Okay, get it for Encore. Out of the box. Okay. Jillian. Okay, Jillian, go.
So for me, I personally have struggled with, I work in consulting, so I've struggled with the ability to be able to present work that is that is in the pipeline to be worked on, and then also get consensus from the client, and also understand any kind of dependencies. So one of the biggest things I've done with Jira in particular is something that I call the baking board. And the ultimate goal of this board is to get everything through a requirements gathering stage, get everything through a client sign-off prior to even being eligible to be put into the backlog. So I think out-of-the-box Jira typically has everything that you open just goes right into the backlog. I won't even let my implementation team see or pull it into a sprint unless it has been officially signed off by the client and also signed off by our team. And then I also have another section for on hold that I've been putting in the Kanban backlog, which is everything that the client at any point in the entire process, anything that they feel they just don't want to work on, they want to table it, maybe they'll pick it up in a year, maybe they'll never pick it up, but that's kind of like the parking lot area. It's out of sight, it's out of mind, but you can always go back if you need to pull something new in.
Okay, you're up for Jillian. Woo! All right, okay, Tony, you're up.
Okay, we have like 2011, we started using Jira. At that time, we have a really challenge to see show the visibility and transparency to the management of what the developer doing. Then we actually create our own Jira, like just create a ticket by ourselves. Then we found Jira, and then we threw everything to Jira. Then actually we found Jira. You use a task, everybody talked here is Jira. And we found is the planning is very important. Actually, is how you can do planning. We actually introduce Confluence. We do everything in Confluence. Then in Confluence, to create a task from Confluence, then we introduce Bitbucket. Actually, use code to build that. So each task connect to a Bitbucket ticket and use Confluence. The management can see the whole story. Not even the epic, you see all the introduction or stuff. And one challenge we actually run into right now is we really is hour based. Every 4 hours we need a ticket for that. Like the minutes, like if you need more than 4 hours, you need a new ticket. That's what we right now really struggling. Like have a lot of resistance right now.
Great, okay, give it up for Tony. All right, Michael.
All right, so I'm responsible for an entire architecture, so all physical hardware, the servers, the physical servers, virtual machines, databases, monitoring systems, application layer, Tomcat, that's the Java application server, the entire application suite, Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, Bamboo, Jenkins, Crowd, HipChat, and I have a big stack. We have developers and we have business people all over the world, India, Europe, across America, China. And so my team is really small. It's just 2 of us that are doing all of the administration of the physical and the front end, all the middleware. So we need to be really efficient. And so what's awesome is 2 things. So one is that we've made sure that our engineering is rock solid. We do not fight fires. That was the mission, to build out the system. So all of our engineering work is a positive feedback loop. We make things more efficient over time, not fighting fires. So that's great, and the users rely on us because when we were at peak with 3,000 users, downtime, an hour of downtime for us is about $250,000, maybe $300,000 in lost profitability, or at least lost labor. So we're approaching 4 nines of uptime, which is pretty rock solid for an Atlassian-based system. It's more about the Tomcat layer, the Java application server layer. That's where all of our maintenance is. The other thing is that we try to not be dealing with any kind of low value work for the end users. So we have automated, we've split the responsibility. So we provide the login access to the application, but we've delegated out to every single team that has some content location. That's Jira Project, Bitbucket Project, Bamboo, Plan, Confluence, Space. And they're responsible for managing who has access to those locations of content. So we don't get into a loop of having to be the police of other people's content, because I don't know what their content is. I don't deal with their content on a day-to-day basis. So that makes it more efficient for everybody. And we have automated publishing in Confluence who the owner of the content is, who is the Jira administrator, who is the Confluence project administrator, Jira project administrator, Confluence Space administrator, what we call the local admin. So we have the global admin team responsible for login to the application. We have the local admins responsible for their stuff, their content. Everybody's happy, it's super efficient, and it also lets us contribute to that positive feedback loop because we're not doing low value administration work now. We can focus on the engineering work where we're adding value.
Okay, that's a big one. Good for Michael. All right, Drew, you're up.
All right. The last cool thing I did in Jira was my team is a sort of 50-50 split between projects and operational ad hoc stuff. We have about 30 stakeholders. It's pretty complex. We're across the company. We're a platform team. We're a horizontal. What happens is the volume of requests that come to us is really, really high. We need to churn through those. We need to sort through them and everything. Long story short, we have a custom issue type. We've enabled our stakeholders to come to us, put in a request ticket. One of the fields that we've required on the request ticket is called stakeholder urgency. So what we did was on the create transition for the ticket, we put in a post function. We're using an add-on called Jira Mist Workflow Extensions. I don't know, somebody installed this a long time ago, but it's quick and simple to set up. So we set up the script, conditionally executed. If someone says stakeholder urgency ASAP or interrupt this sprint, what it does is it fires off an email to me or my tech lead on the team and has the details parsed from the ticket of what it was, what it is, what's the urgency, and auto-creates the email for us.
Awesome, Drew. Okay, give it for Drew. All right, so let's do it again. Give it up for Encore. Oh, out of the box. Nice. Jillian. Tony. Michael. Drew. Drew and Jillian. Jillian. Drew. That's a tough one. Jillian. Drew. All right, Drew. You get the first one.
All right.
Very nice. Italian Armorana. 2012. It's a very good year. Very good year. Okay, give it up for Encore. Good one. Jillian. Tony. Michael. Jillian. Okay, another great Armorana.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Encore. Tony. Michael. Encore. You're gonna get the whiskey.
Oh.
Look at that.
We can pay.
I'll try.
Okay. So Tony. Michael. Tony. Alcohol.
Yummy. Okay, got it.
Okay.